Jupiter ascending and Bible tell the same story in big lines. Aliens have come through wormholes to kill us all humans. And that's probably the truth. How is it possible that this is in Jupiter Ascending, a modern movie, and the Bible? Well, I will explain it. But first we have to understand that the white race has weaknesses. Most of the intelligent white men are nerds, and they focus on the smallest details. They're only happy when they can focus on the detail of the detail. Then you can never understand our world. That's a problem. And then we have traitors. The white race consists of traitors, and they all go into politics. And they have chosen the side of evil. These are the Hasidic rabbis, the false Jews. In the Bible is not only religious. It says, beware of the false Jews, for they worship Satan. So that's why the Satanists, the Zionists, the Freemasons, that's practically all the same. And these are the controls of Earth. And they are one step underneath, well, probably the aliens. So the big picture for us on Earth is the Hasidic rabbis, and then the powerful Zionists, and they are movie producers, bankers, they own TV stations, newspapers, etc., etc. And then we have evil Jews that are on the bottom, and they also work with them. And then there are Jews that know nothing. I found out that my grandfather was also Jewish, so this is not anti-Semitic, it's about the truth. So, what we have to do is not focus on details. And with the Bible, that's exactly what Christians are always doing. You can symbolize them as fish, and they dive into the Bible and say, oh, the cross, Jesus, and Moses with the Ten Commandments, and God. But they lose sight of the big picture. They're not traitors, but some of them are. But they are nerds again. They focus on details of the Bible. If you put it in a bigger perspective, you say, oh, you have the Islam, Christianity, Hinduism, Greek religion, the Vikings, the Egyptians, you have the Mayans. You have all these made-up religions. And if you focus on one and think there really is a God, then you're making a big mistake. You're doing something very childish, almost evil. You're putting the white race at risk for believing in a fairy tale because you're too scared of the truth. The truth is that all religions are made up, of course. We have this Attis in a Greek religion, born of a virgin, the 25th of December, crucified, resurrected, and it comes back in Egyptian religion too, with Horus. It's the same thing. And what about this? The Allah Kabbalah. Ever thought about that? Allah Wahala. Torah. Everything comes from the Jews. If you haven't figured that out by now. My God. And the eye. This is the eye of Horus from Egyptian religion, and it became the evil eye. And what do we have in Mecca with the stone? They made it into an eye. And the people on the ground will never know. They dive into this religion. The stone. But if you take a big picture, you see it's an eye. It's the same eye as this eye from Egypt. There's so much wrong with religions. And the stone in Mecca, it comes from a tefillin. And the rabbis and some other Jews, they put it on their forehead to be closer to God, like some antenna on their forehead, so they can connect better to God. That's where it comes from. It's all Jewish. And the NSA buildings, they're made in the image of the stone of Mecca and the tefillin. NSA makes you think of Satan, of course. That's how this symbolism works. Symbolism makes you think of things. That's the symbolism they love. So, in the Bible, it's not a religious book. It's a book with phony religion, but also with facts. And it describes, for example, aliens. So this is about aliens, and it is in the Bible. Genesis 6:2, that the sons of God saw the daughters of man. Well, sons of God? So there are more entities, living beings, probably, because sons of God saw the daughters of man. The daughters of man are the men on earth. So there are aliens, the sons of God. And in Ezekiel describes that out of the midst of a fire came the likeness of 4 living creatures. And this was their appearance. They had the likeness of man. So they're talking about aliens again. And 9/11, most important Bible revelation, and they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit. This is a metaphor for aliens and a wormhole. I've proven that, and I will quickly show this again. In the Quran is reference to aliens, for I am the master of Sirius, is in the Quran. And this comes back with the Freemasons. They worship Sirius. It's the star of wisdom. And the Vikings, they already worshipped Sirius. So, and in the Vedas, there's a line, it says, shapeshifters have come to earth to wreak havoc. So, conclusion, all religions come from the same source, of course. They are written by the Hasidic rabbis, and aliens gave them the assignment. How else could there be all these hidden messages about aliens? That's the truth. And the Hasidic rabbis themselves, they have a holy book. It's called the Kabbalah. And it says, take over the world. And that's exactly what they're doing. They control every high politician in the world. Every high politician in the world is either a Zionist Jew secretly or a controlled Freemason. 100% the truth. 100% the truth. All controlled, and they all have to work towards the New World Order or Zion. Every one of them. And Trump too, yes, Trump too. So the Bible, which we compare here to the movie Jupiter Ascending, is not a religious book. It has religion, factual wisdom, factual information of aliens, and factual predictions of what the aliens want to do with us. It's also there. So we have a religious part, factual wisdom, like give to charity anonymously, for example. That's very wise. Don't follow others when they do wrong. No idol worshipping, because then the Bible becomes some act or a play. You really have to believe and want to do good and not stand in front of some sort of statue. And no repetitive standard praying. All these things are in the Bible. And there's factual information of aliens. Sons of God saw the daughters of man. Ezekiel, he saw a fire in the sky and 4 aliens came out of it. 9/11, the bottomless pit, it's a metaphor for aliens and a wormhole, it's all there. But there's also factual information of what the aliens have planned for us. That is the last chapter, Revelation. Revelation starts with a star constellation that is real. This star constellation is pretty complicated. It is formed in the year 2017. That's a Jewish year, 5777. That is the year of our judgment. And then horrible things have to happen. Pestilence, all life in the seas dies, sunbursts burn the earth and the people, a big earthquake will come, the biggest ever, islands will disappear in the sea. It's all described there. And don't think, well, if that's going to happen, then there has to be a God. No, the whole idea is that the aliens have planned all this, and the Zionist Jews have to make this happen. You think like it's impossible, but for example, a big earthquake will come, the biggest ever. They can do that with nuclear bombs, for example. And a sunburst, well, I don't know how they're going to do that. But that's the fun of it. For the aliens, they come to visit a planet, and now it's Earth. And they have all these ideas for the future, how they're going to destroy it. And it's a game to make this all come true in reality. That's it. So the Bible is the only religious book that we have to take serious, because besides the religion, it's all made up to control and kill you. It's about wisdom, aliens, and what they have planned for us. Of course, it's very important information. It's the most important information on earth, of course, because the end time, that is now. It's beginning in 2017 because of this star constellation. And that is what Jupiter ascending is about. It's describing. Jupiter ascending means that Jupiter is part of this star constellation in the year 2017. Because seen from Earth, Jupiter moves through the star constellation of Virgo, of the Virgin. And then it goes out of the star constellation, and then the star constellation gives birth. Because this is then what's being born, and that's the New World Order, or Zion. That's explained in this movie and in the Bible. And there are more things in it. So, how is it possible that in the Bible and Jupiter ascending is roughly the same story? Well, because the aliens, they have given assignment to the Hasidic rabbis to write the Bible about 2000 years ago, First Testament, Second Testament, Old and New Testament, about 2000 years ago. It's not about details, it's not for nerds. And in our time, they had Jupiter ascending made. More than 2000 years later. That's incredible. And it's about the same story. I mean, that's basically evidence for aliens almost. And they put messages in other publications too. For example, in Alice in Wonderland, in the book was described that Alice moves through a wormhole. This rabbit hole is a metaphor for a wormhole, because Alice is in our world, then she falls for a very long time in a rabbit hole, but they give a hint that time is different in this rabbit hole, which is a wormhole. Time is different, and there is no gravity, because she's not falling, she's floating. That's the hint that they're giving. That is what Alice in Wonderland is about. Then in The Wizard of Oz, it was the same thing. Dorothy, she came into a tornado, and the tornado was again a metaphor for a wormhole. And then she came into another world. And you see here a balloon, because this is from the remake, Oz the Great and Powerful, and the same thing happens. He's in a balloon, and he goes into the tornado, and it's a metaphor for a wormhole. Then he comes into another world. It's the same thing. And they put it in Gravity Falls too. It's in all this, well, this is a children's cartoon, that's true, but that's the whole trick. They're not going to give you the truth. You have to really make an effort to find out the truth. Or why not? They don't even have to give us it, they could just kill us, why not? But they give us a chance at the truth. And yes, it's difficult to accept, but it's reality. Because look, this is Gravity Falls, children's cartoon, and here is space, and this is the eye in space, and the wormhole opens up. And when a wormhole opens in our dimension, apparently there is fire. They always show that. And it's shown here too. So, let's take a look at Jupiter ascending.
We've been taught that the birthplace of the human race is Earth, but it's not.
Do you know what this will do to people when they find out the truth?
I don't think that most people would want to know the truth.
I do.
Your planet was seeded by brass axe industries roughly 100,000 years ago. It's one of the most powerful dynasties in the universe. There are 3
telling you, I'm nobody.
You are royalty. What about the girl? Still alive. Bring her to me.
The exact same genes reappear in the exact same order. It is what you call reincarnation.
Majesty's life is going to change if she wants it to.
I'm still the same me. Right now, the lemon's the title to the earth. Once you claim it, the earth will belong to you.
I will harvest that planet tomorrow before I let her take it from me. Have you ever seen a harvest?
Never. But I've heard they feel no pain.
Tell me the truth about why you want her. That planet belongs to me. Your Majesty, I have more in common with a dog than I have with you.
I love dogs. I've always loved dogs.
New York.
Expand your universe. They're telling you in several of their productions to open your mind, expand your universe. Not literally, but you have to think beyond what you're seeing in front of you. Your house, your wife, your girlfriend, your work, your colleagues, your politicians, history. You have to look past it all. What is the big picture? That is what you should do. And basically the movie Jupiter Ascending shares 4 big subjects with the Bible. The truth, aliens coming to us through a wormhole, aliens existing together with us, the end time where the aliens want to kill us, that's starting now, the exact time when they want to do this. And the truth is, of course, extremely important. And they say it again and again and again. And in the Bible it says, they perished because they did not love the truth. This is the most important line in the Bible. It also says the truth will set you free. But it's the whole truth, everything. Not the sugar-coated truth, that's a half lie. But the Jews, yes, many Jews are Satanists. That's not anti-Semitic. Only the whole truth will set you free. You should not be afraid. Why are you afraid of everything? All these foreigners and black people and Muslims coming to America and Europe, they have to replace you. And you're afraid to say anything of it. It's unbelievable. And this is why they loathe you. They think you're disgusting because you do not love the truth. Of course, anybody, any man that's a real man always loves the truth, of course. And in Jupiter Ascending is exactly the same message, of course.
We've been taught that the birthplace of the human race is Earth, but it's not.
Do you know what this will do to people when they find out the truth?
I don't think that most people would want to know the truth.
I do.
And that's basically the same thing, of course. I don't think that most people would want to know the truth. That's basically the same thing as they perished because they did not love the truth. And that is what they have in common concerning the truth. Aliens coming to us through a wormhole. And this is the big one, people. Because this is, of course, the essence of the movie. And in the Bible, that's not only religious, we have Ezekiel. And Ezekiel, it's described, and I look, and behold, a whirlwind, like in the Wizard of Oz, a whirlwind. A whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and the brightness was about it. This fire is important. Out of the midst thereof, as a column out of the midst of a fire, came the likeness of 4 living creatures. And this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man. So, in the Bible is described that there was a fire in the sky and 4 aliens that looked like men came out of it. It's a fact. And roughly the same thing is described in Alice in Wonderland and The Wizard of Oz. And 9/11, that's not so clear. And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit. This is about, angel of the bottomless pit is Satan. And Satan is the ultimate symbol. There is no Satan, it's a symbolic name for the aliens. And the bottomless pit is a metaphor for a wormhole. And here, the rabbit hole is a metaphor for a wormhole. And here, the tornado is a metaphor for a wormhole. And why? Because they love symbolism. They are, if you think of something that you are crazy about, gambling, internet porn, yeah, let's be honest, your girlfriend, maybe playing golf, I don't know. Yeah, this is it for them. The metaphors and the symbolism, they're crazy about it. And there's more proof for it. In Gravity Falls, that's very biblical. There is a Jesus figure, and there are so many connections with the Bible. It's described that there is a bottomless pit, and they say it looks like a wormhole. They say it in the episode. And this is produced by Zionist Jews, of course. And then it's confirmed when Dipper looks on his watch and he says, no time has passed. Because in a wormhole, there is no time and there is no gravity. And that's why they showed it with Alice too. She looks on the clock, but time, there is no time. It's not moving in the wormhole. And that's the same thing they did here, to confirm it. Because if they only showed this, bottomless pit, and they say, hey, it looks like a wormhole, then all the nerds will go, well, no, it's coincidence. What they love so much. But they confirm it, like he looks on his watch, no time has passed. And they confirm it with Alice in Wonderland, yes, with the time. And here too, everything's floating in the tornado. So it's confirmed. What we showed here was no coincidence. We confirm it's correct. It's very important. And in Jupiter ascending, I don't know if you noticed, it's a little bit difficult to notice, it's the same thing.
Do people, when they find out the truth?
I don't think that most people would want to know the truth.
She said the truth, and at that moment,
This will do to people when they find out the truth?
there's this fire, like in the Bible, fire unfolding itself, and then space-time is wobbling, and then this ship comes out. So, and if you did not pay very close attention, you would think like this is a regular spaceship, like in other movies. Here's the thruster, the fire coming out, moving that way, but it's exactly the opposite. Time-space is opening up at the end of a wormhole, and these ships come out that way. So they are showing, just like in the Bible, that there's a fire. And in the Bible, 4 of these aliens came out. Well, it's a bit like Bible talk. But here, they showed it with technology. Like a spaceship is coming out. And there it is. Space-time closes again.
Now the truth?
Goes very quickly. Because they're not going to give you the truth. You have to work for it. The fire, like in the Bible, time, space, wobbling, and then the spaceship is coming out that way. It's coming out of the 4th dimension. That is some sort of back hole to the 3rd dimension. Yeah, okay. We cannot know all that stuff, but they show it to us. And how can the same message be in the Bible about 2000 years ago and now they showed it in a movie? Because if this was only in modern times, then you would think like, you did science fiction. Yeah, okay, I would probably agree with that. But it's also in the Bible about 2000 years ago. That's the big thing. And then time-space closes again, and this wormhole closes again, and they just float by the Earth. They're looking at Earth like in a threatening way. We're going to take Earth. That's what's shown there. And there was this confirmation with Dipper in Gravity Falls. They show the bottomless pit is a wormhole. And here's confirmation too. On the movie poster of Jupiter Ascending is this fire, and there is space-time here wobbling. You see, this J of Jupiter is not straight. Because time-space, yes, they've shown that it wobbles. Here you see it better when it opens this wormhole. It wobbles. And they've confirmed it on the movie poster. They really made an effort to put it there. They're showing you this was not a coincidence. We knew what we were doing when we put this in the movie. That's what they're showing here. That's brilliant, of course. And it also comes back in this show through the wormhole. Time-space also wobbles. The wormhole is closing again. It was open, it's closing, and time-space still wobbles a little bit. Exactly the same thing. And aliens existing together with us on Earth. That's in the Bible. Ezekiel is these 4 living creatures came out of fire, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man. So they were aliens, of course. Who else could come out of space, out of this fire? But they looked like us. And in Jupiter Ascending, they say the same thing. These aliens, they look like us. Confirmation, same story. And they showed in another movie that's very important. They Live, they show it too. This movie is so incredibly important because it shows how we are controlled through the protocols of Zion. We are brainwashed with commercials and the media. You are brainwashed. And he has these glasses, and yes, they are again a metaphor. These glasses are not real. They are a metaphor for knowing what your world really is about. Making the effort, being intelligent enough, having an open mind. That is what these glasses represent. And then you can see the truth. This is what magazines really make you do. Buy, watch TV, don't think, obey. Obey is there. No thought. Stay asleep, don't think. But you can also see the aliens. Not with the glasses, but with your mind. With your open mind and your intelligence.
What's your problem? Orange day, sir. Okay, how's it going? All right, thank you.
There are aliens among us. And do I think that is true? Can I imagine that? No, I cannot imagine it. But is it true? Probably it's true. It's confirmed with Rings of Saturn. And they have only alien lyrics. It's with these guys or whatever they are. I don't know. It's only alien, 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 alien. And we're gonna kill you, kill you, kill you, kill you. Just like the Bible. Bible is not, oh, this good book of the Lord. No, it describes that we're gonna get killed. Unbelievable, but that is the Bible. That's the essence of the Bible. Is in the end you're gonna get killed. And when is the end? With this star constellation. And in Rings of Saturn, end of humanity, it's all about killing us. They say, don't you know me? I've been among you for such a long time. The aliens. Yeah, and in the end, they're gonna show who they are. So, is this all true? I can't imagine it. But I know one thing, practically all big mainstream news is false, misleading, totally made up, brainwashing, a combination of the above. We can never find the truth in the mainstream media, so we have to look in other places, and it's pretty clear, it's pretty consistent. So, in the end time, they want to kill us according to a script, because they're talking about this soul harvesting. The grapes are ripe to be harvested. In the Bible, it says, "Take your sickle and reap, because the time to reap has come, for the harvest of the earth is ripe." You people, what the hell is in your mind, in your brain, in your intelligence? It says literally in the Bible that we are all going to be killed. And then Christians, they hold this Bible in their hand and they read it a little bit, they go to church and yes, I'm a good Christian. But the Bible is a story that tells us that we are going to be killed. And in Jupiter Ascending, they say, of course, exactly the same thing.
We talk tomorrow before I let her take it from me. Harvest that planet.
Okay, listen.
If she wants it to.
I'm still the same me. Right now, the lemon's the title to Earth. Once you claim it, the Earth will belong to you.
I will harvest that planet tomorrow before I let her take it from me. Have you ever seen a harvest?
Never, but I've heard they feel no pain.
We are going to be harvested. We are going to be killed. That's the truth. And that's a fact. And are we going to be harvested by aliens? Probably. Probably. This is so big. And why would humans destroy planet Earth? Because that's what they're going to do. They have to live there too. Also realize these are metaphors. Harvesting, they feel no pain, all this stuff. But in reality, we have the Hasidic rabbis, they worship Satan. Satan is a metaphor for the aliens. Hasidic rabbis, they work with the aliens. And they have to make all these plans from the Bible to make true. With the Zionists, with the Zionist action men. Because they also control the weapons industry and the military. So they can initiate a nuclear World War III. And for all the retards that think there are no nuclear weapons, of course there are. Of course there are nuclear weapons. Why would there not be? They are going to nuke the earth. That's a plan. That's in for the end time. And they have mass murdered many of us before in Russia. Up to 88% of the first Soviet Union government members were Jews. This is after 1917, the first revolution in Russia, or the Russian Revolution. That Karl Marx, he made up communism. His real name was Moses Levi Mordecai. They started murdering, killing about 50 to 100 million Russians, these Jews. And Putin confirmed this in a speech. This is all true. It's the truth. And remember what it said in the Bible? Says in the Bible, the truth will set you free, but this is the whole truth. You cannot lie and sugarcoat it. The Jews are dangerous as hell. I can know. I'm part Jewish myself. I'm not dangerous, but I can speak as a member of the Jews. Beware of the Jews. They have done so many things in the past. The bad part of the Jews. It's also the good part. I am warning you. I'm partly Jewish, but I'm warning you. So I'm not one of them. They have murdered 50 to 100 million Russians in the past. Put them in camps. Look at all these skulls. These were first Russian people in the gulags, in the camps. Then they were turned into skulls. But they did it in China too. They controlled Mao. All these Zionist Jews around Mao. And they mass murdered about 80 million Chinese. And these babies, they were put in camps, these families with their babies. And they just killed the babies. Imagine that you have a father, a mother, and a baby. And they shoot the father and mother through the head. And they slit the throat of these babies. I mean, this is evil. This is soul harvesting. This is the reality of harvesting in all these movies and in the Bible. And World War I, all these dumb people killing each other. And the Hasidic rabbis at the top and the Zionist Jews, they set it all up. Just like with World War II, with the nuclear bombs on Japan. All these things happened. This is soul harvesting in reality. Then we come to the exact time when they want to kill all humans is announced. This is announced in the Bible and in Jupiter Ascending. The exact time when we're all going to be killed is announced in the Bible. It says in Revelation, a great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon on her feet and a crown of 12 stars on her head. She was about to give birth. And some smart people figured out what it meant, or they told us on purpose. They do that a lot through Alex Jones, the Freemason, for example. He explains things. You have in the sky really the star sign of lion, and it's a symbol for Zion, of course. And that makes sense because this is the time of Zion, the end time, New World Order. That's now. And we have the star sign of Virgo. And so it's a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and the crown of 12 stars. And this is all happening in 2017. And she gives birth to this planet, Jupiter. So, if there ever was proof of aliens, because over 2,000 years ago, when there was no technology, they predicted that exactly in 2017, this would all happen. I mean, that's impossible, that humans could do that. Because if you look at the stars, I mean, it's very difficult to understand. And if you have no computers, no calculators, no calendars. And you have to predict over a time of more than 2,000 years that this is going to happen exactly in 2017. It's of course practically impossible. So I think this is really convincing proof of aliens. Again, in the Bible. As so many times. And this is the Jewish year 5777. I mean, talk about coincidence. I mean, they've planned it so incredibly well. Now you know where the 777 from the Bible comes from. 7 angels, 7 bowls, 7 plagues. This has to do, of course, with this Jewish year 5777. Cannot be a coincidence that in this year, this is the year that the end time begins. And we have the 777 in the Bible. Come on. It's all planned. It's all planned. And Il Bill, this singer, he made a song and he wrote, Doomsday was written in an alien Bible. How the hell is it possible? Well, you understand it now. We have the aliens, probably, highly likely, Hasidic rabbis, they work for them on earth, and they had them write the Bible approximately 2,000 years ago. And now, in our time, if artists like Il Bill, they tell us the truth, to unburden their karma, or give us a chance. That's how this guy can come up with this line that Doomsday was written in an alien Bible. It's incredible. He did not come up with that himself, of course. You can see how it works. It goes from the aliens to the Hasidic rabbis to the Zionist producers in the music industry, to artists like this. And it came to the Bible. That's how it works. And in Jupiter ascending we have confirmation. Because this is about Jupiter going through the star sign of Virgo. And then we're going to be harvested. And you remember they said it several times in this movie, gonna harvest Earth. And in the Bible it also says the Earth is ripe to be harvested. Something along the lines of that. So it's one-on-one, it's the same thing. And it makes sense. Jupiter is very important in this star constellation that only happens so rare, and now in 2017, and they made this movie. It fits perfectly. So the truth is in our face. And in the movie they say, I don't think most people would want to know the truth. I do. She's an actress, Jewish actress. She says I do. Well, in reality, almost nobody wants to know the truth. Well, they're saying that, and then this woman says, I want to know the truth. But in reality, women never want to know the truth, of course. It has to come from men. And it's highly likely aliens are in control. In the Bible, it even says that Satan is the master of earth, and Satan is a symbol for the aliens. Big symbolism. Our lives are a lie, and that's a fact. Everything is thought out and planned in detail, probably by aliens, maybe by the Hasidic rabbis. It's one of them, or they do it together. Probably they do it together, that's 100% certain. Your life is a scam, and you have the illusion of control, but in reality, you're the walking dead. It's no coincidence, all these titles. House of Cards, The Walking Dead, Last Man on Earth, these are all hints. Because you are the walking dead, we all are, because you don't know the truth. But it said you didn't know the truth. Now you know the big outlines. There are highly likely to be aliens that planned all this. And the Hasidic rabbis, they do the work on earth for them. That's highly likely to be the truth. And in Jupiter ascending, on the poster it says, from the creators of the Matrix trilogy. And in the Matrix they explain that they tell Neo, the Matrix is about control. And what I've shown you here is of course control to the extreme. They have controlled us so much that they even knew when to start messing with people on Earth, and when to end messing with people on Earth and kill them all. And that's of course it's no coincidence that the same people that made the Matrix, that is so real, we live in the Matrix, that they also made this Jupiter ascending. All fits together. And in Gravity Falls is also a lot explained, and this wormhole traveling. They went through a wormhole. Yes, it's a children's cartoon, but you think they're gonna give you the truth on the news? And it's the bottomless pit from the Bible. And to confirm that it's a wormhole, he looks on his watch.
And I don't think any time has passed.
He says, I don't think any time has passed. To confirm that this was really a wormhole, because there's no time or gravity in a wormhole. And that's how we have to see this movie in the Bible too, because in the Bible is explained there are aliens. They came through a wormhole, they want to kill us. How and when is explained in Revelation. It's all there. The whole thing is summed up with the genius line, they perished because they did not love the truth. You can know everything if you just stopped laughing all the time, watching TV, and started to think and study. And just like with this dipper, with this confirmation, they confirmed that the Bible is correct, it's all true, with this movie Jupiter Ascending, because they showed it to you again in a clearer way with this wormhole that's opening, and they showed you on the movie poster. They know exactly what they're doing. It's all confirmed in Jupiter Ascending. Aliens, wormholes, everybody killed. They even use the same metaphors in the Bible, harvesting the planet. The whole thing is summed up in the line that is very close to the genius Bible line about the truth. Of course, is I don't think most people would want to know the truth. So the Bible and Jupiter Ascending is one-on-one the same story. Only the Bible has a lot more to tell and it's thicker, but this is more like the essence. Like aliens came, they messed with us, and they're gonna kill us all. That's the basic plan. And the Bible is much more elaborate, but the essence is the same. And that's a fact. It's a fact. So if you don't know the truth about your life on earth, and the truth is that they want to kill you, then you die. That's logic. So do you want to live or do you want to die? That's the question. To be or not to be, that's the question. Who do you think really came up with that line? The only way we can survive is uniting and holding the truth as the highest treasure. They tell it again and again, it's the truth, the truth, the truth. Discuss the truth, be aware of the truth, spread the truth. And especially the white race Americans should do this, because they are the greatest people on earth. They are. Basically, they have the best genes. When Europeans went to America, only the risk takers dared to. That's why Americans still have guns that can protect them against their own government that wants to kill them. Almost nobody on earth, no people have guns anymore. Only the Swiss have some guns, but basically it's the Americans only. So Americans are the greatest people. And that's why in general they are the last hope for the white race. That mostly deserves to die. I don't deny that, but the children didn't do anything wrong. That's the problem that I have with all this.